All right, listen. 2026 might actually be one of the biggest years gaming has ever seen. I know we say that every couple of years, but this lineup? This is different. There are games on this list that people have been waiting for nearly a decade. And on top of that, we have new IPs, huge sequels, and ambitious projects that finally look ready to push boundaries again. So yeah, if you love games, get ready, because the next year is going to be wild. Let's go through the ones that I think will define 2026. I want to start with Pragmata, because this game has been this mysterious, almost ghost-like presence for years. Every time it comes up, people say the exact same thing. What is this even going to be? And honestly, that's part of the excitement. From the footage we've seen, it looks like a sci-fi action-adventure with this incredibly atmospheric, almost lonely tone. You've got an astronaut, a young girl with strange powers, and bizarre distortions in reality. Some scenes show a ruined Earth, others show futuristic tech, and the whole thing feels like a blend of Death Stranding's weirdness and Capcom's signature action style. The gameplay we've glimpsed hints at platforming, traversal, and maybe even combat using high-tech gadgets. It doesn't look like co-op. Everything about the tone seems deeply personal, emotional, almost philosophical. What grabs me the most is the art direction. Reflections, lighting, particle effects. It's clean, sharp, and honestly beautiful. Pragmata might become one of those games you remember not just for what you played, but for how it made you feel. Then there's Nioh 3, and man, if you've played the first two, you already know what kind of energy this game brings. Team Ninja has this incredible ability to make combat feel both brutal and elegant at the same time. And if Nioh 3 follows the same spirit, fast-paced, stamina-focused action where every dodge, every stance switch, every counter matters, then we're in for something special. What I want the most is deeper yokai integration, even crazier weapons, and more freedom in how you build your character. And based on how Rise of the Ronin looked, they're getting better at world design too. Nioh 3 will probably stay single-player with optional online features, summon help, or co-op for certain missions, that kind of thing. But the core? It's always that intense dance of steel and spirit. The visual style, that mix of dark fantasy, Japanese folklore, and chaotic energy, only gets better every game they make. This is one I'm personally hyped for. Now, 007, First Light. This is interesting in a completely different way. We haven't had a proper standout James Bond game in ages, and seeing someone take another swing at the franchise feels refreshing. What we know is that it's focusing on a younger Bond, probably an origin story, which gives the developers room to craft gameplay around stealth, gadgets, close-quarters action, and those high-tension missions you expect from the franchise. The hope here is a mix of Hitman-style infiltration with modern cinematic storytelling. Imagine breaking into secure facilities, using futuristic gadgets, smooth gunplay, rooftop chases, maybe even vehicle missions. It feels like the perfect opportunity for a polished, single-player spy adventure. If they nail the tone, that classy but deadly Bond attitude, this might become a standout of the year. And then we have Forza Horizon 6. Honestly, Forza never misses. Horizon 4 was incredible, Horizon 5 was visually insane, and the sixth entry has all the space in the world to step things up again. What I'm hoping for is a new, large, diverse map, something with deserts, forests, mountains, coastlines, city streets, all stitched together in that seamless, open world. The driving will obviously be near perfect. Forza knows exactly how to hit that sweet spot between realism and arcade fun. Co-op and online features will be huge as always. Racing with friends, seasonal events, convoys, community challenges, and visually? If this ends up being next-gen only, we could see lighting and weather systems that look almost photorealistic. Forza Horizon 6 feels like a guaranteed hit as long as they keep doing what they're great at. Speaking of comebacks, we need to talk about Fable. It's been so long since we've had a proper Fable game, and expectations are high. The new one looks charming, whimsical, but with modern visuals so detailed they almost look like a CGI movie. What excites me is the tone. Fable has always blended humor, British sarcasm, fantasy, and moral choice-making in a way no other RPG really does. I'm hoping the new version keeps the playful energy, but brings deeper combat and a more intricate world. The environments we've seen look lush and alive, and the storytelling direction hints at both charm and emotional moments. I don't expect it to be co-op. Fable has historically been a more personal RPG, but honestly, that might be the right choice. Give us a world full of weird characters, choices that actually matter, and that signature Fable soul. Saros is a bit more mysterious, but that's what makes it exciting. From what we know, it's an atmospheric sci-fi game with exploration, tension, maybe survival elements. The trailer teased alien structures, strange signals, and lonely environments with a heavy focus on mood. It gives me the vibe of a slower, more deliberate game. Something introspective, maybe puzzle-driven, definitely cinematic. The art direction leans into abandoned places, cold metal, dim lights, that quiet emptiness that makes you feel small. It doesn't look like a co-op game, more like a solitary adventure. But that's not a bad thing. Some stories hit harder when you're truly alone in them. Marvel's Wolverine is the one I think a ton of people are waiting for, especially after how good Marvel's Spider-Man games were. Insomniac knows how to build fluid movement and satisfying combat, and Wolverine gives them a chance to do something more brutal, more grounded, more visceral. Spider-Man is fast, graceful, acrobatic. Wolverine should be the opposite: heavy, close range, brutal takedowns, raw power. The small teaser we saw was gritty, a bar fight aftermath, blood on the floor, claws coming out. I want slow, cinematic finishers. I want combat that feels like you're ripping through enemies. Maybe a semi-open world, but more focused. And the visuals. If it's running on the same foundation as Spider-Man 2, we're talking top-tier graphics, animations, and facial expressions. I don't expect co-op. This is Logan's story. And honestly, that's perfect. Resident Evil Requiem is another big one. The RE engine is one of the best engines in gaming, and every new RE title somehow looks even better than the last. If this one continues the story threads they've been building, especially after Village, we could be in for a darker, more emotional chapter. The horror direction seems to be leaning into eerie environments, claustrophobic tension, and that mix of action and fear the series does so well. Gameplay-wise, I expect tight gunplay, intense close encounters, inventory management, and puzzle solving. Co-op is unlikely unless they go for a spin-off vibe, but the mainline RE games have really thrived in single-player lately, so that's fine. If the lighting, monster design, and environmental details stay at RE4 remake levels, this could be one of the best horror games ever made. Subnautica 2 is something I'm personally super excited about. The ocean is already terrifying in real life, but Subnautica makes it beautiful, mysterious, and horrifying all at once. The idea of diving into alien waters again, discovering new biomes, crafting, surviving, and slowly piecing together the world feels amazing. And now, the big twist. Subnautica 2 is co-op. This changes everything! Exploring deep trenches with a friend, building bases together, dealing with massive creatures as a team, that's going to be unforgettable. The visuals look even more vibrant this time. The lighting underwater is smoother and more dynamic, and the creatures look way more detailed. It still keeps that calm but dangerous tone the series is known for. And honestly, having another survival game with this much atmosphere is a blessing. And finally, there's no way I don't end this with Grand Theft Auto 6. This game isn't just a release, it's an event. After how powerful that first trailer was, the world of Vice City feels more alive than any open world ever created. The lighting, the reflections, the weather, the details and NPCs, everything feels handcrafted, almost hyper-real. The protagonists seem layered, the story feels emotional and dangerous, and the world, it's just buzzing with life. Social media clips, wildlife, beach parties, neon streets, chaotic crime scenes, the intensity of police chases, it's all there. Gameplay will probably blend GTA 5's smooth shooting and driving with deeper interactions, better physics, and more meaningful choices. I don't think we're ready for how big and immersive this world will be. Whether you play solo or jump online later, this is going to be one of the defining games of the decade. So yeah, 2026 is absolutely stacked. Some of these games are huge sequels, some are mysterious new worlds, and some are long-awaited legends finally returning. No matter what kind of player you are, action, RPG, horror, open world, survival, next year has something for you. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.